Shout out to Lisby for this fantastic mug that just speaks the truth. Hey guys, it's Hannah, and today I am doing the Thank You Next book tag. I was tagged by Brianna over at Rainy Days and Stormy Nights. Thank you so much for this tag. I'm going to admit, I don't really listen to Ariana Grande. She's just not in my genre of music that I go towards, but I have heard Thank You Next song, and I have seen the music video, and I loved the music video, and I can bop along to the song. So when she tagged me, I thought, you know what, I might as well do it. I also haven't looked at the questions since I watched her video, so this is a little bit on the fly, but we're gonna go with it. So the first question is, name a book that you said thank you next to, i.e. DNF'd. The most recent one I can think of is The 13.5 Lives of Captain Blue Bear by someone. I picked this up in New York, I think, or was it Maine? Maine. I picked this up in Maine. The reason I picked it up was because it said it was equal parts Douglas Adams, Shel Silverstein, and J.K. Rowling, and that just sounded like an amazing mix, and I wanted to read it, and so I picked it up, and my family was at the lake for Labor Day weekend, and I started reading it, and I started hating it, and I made it to page 300, 350 maybe, and then I DNF'd it. That is a 700 and something page book. It would have originally been my longest book I read in 2018 according to GOODREADS and my statistics, but it wasn't technically because I didn't actually finish it. The best way I can describe it is it was written like a list. That's just the biggest thing. The whole 300 pages that I made it through was just a list. It was like, and then this happened, and then this happened, and then this happened, and then this happened. It was like it was trying too hard. The thing about Douglas Adams is he does his bizarre writing so naturally. Like, it sounds like he's just like, you know what, it'd be kind of fun if I did this, and so he just decides to do that, and it works for him. But with this book, it was like the author was trying just too hard to be that kind of random what is going on but I am loving it kind of a book, and it just wasn't working. It just read like a list. It's such a boring book, and I couldn't with it, and so I DNF'd it. The next question is, name a book. Okay, so it has the taught you love, taught you patience, taught you pain, and you can either pick one book that taught you all three, or you can do one book per each one. A book that I loved. I'm gonna try and do one that I don't talk about all the time. Ooh, I'll be unique. Are you ready for this? So, instead of talking about how much I have fallen in love with the Queen of Atolia and the Queen's Thief series, and instead of saying how much I loved We Can Still Keep by C.S. Merrill, as I have been doing so much lately, I'm going to show you a book that I loved when I was younger. And that book is The Midnight Rider by Joan Hyatt Harlow. This book, I can't really remember what it's about exactly. It's set during the American Revolution. Paul Revere makes an appearance. I picked this up at a used bookstore that used to be in my town solely because the main character's name is Hannah. But I quickly fell in love with this book. The character Hannah, I just remember her being so incredible. I really want to reread this and see like if she's still as fantastic as I remember her being, but she was just so incredible for little me, and I loved her, and I loved this book. It was so action-packed, and there was a horse, and I really liked this book when I read it. So this is a book that I love, and part of me wants to reread it to see if I still love it as much as I did when I was younger, and part of me doesn't want to because what if there ends up being something in it? Who knows? But I loved this book when I read it, and I reread it multiple times. It had a special place in my heart. The next one is one that taught you patience. You know what teaches me patience? These books teach me patience. I don't even really want to go into it exactly, but if you've been on my channel for a while, you know that I haven't like fallen in love with this series. I never hate it, but I'm never like as enamored as everyone else is. And just some of the characters do some things, especially in the third book. That's the second one. The third book, which has the new cover change, and I hate that. It's just, you just have to go with it and accept it and just let the characters be their stupid selves. That teaches me patience. And the next one is taught you pain. Ooh, I try to avoid painful books, I feel like. This whole video is just gonna be me staring at my bookshelves trying to figure out what to use as an answer. Okay, we're just gonna work with this. One book that taught me pain was Draculas Guest and Other Stories. The specific one is The Doom of the Double-Born, hang on, I have the book somewhere, I'm gonna find it. It's The Duelists or The Death Doom of the Double-Born. I talk about this a lot in my November wrap-up, and it was just a very painful short story to read. That's what taught me pain. Also, Second Chance Summer by Morgan Matson. that book hurt. Next is name a book that you loved at the time of reading, but in hindsight you do not like as much anymore, but which you still learned some other quality from. I am gonna mention the Selection series because it actually came up in my bookshelf organization video. Someone commented and was like, I like how you zoom in on the Selection when you say you don't love them anymore. And I was like, yeah, because that was on purpose. But here's the thing. So it's one of those series that I loved when I read it because I thought it was just so fun and so entertaining, and I loved it when I read it. And it's one of those that you look back on and you're like, oh little me. Because is it like a fantastic, well-written series like you thought? No. No, it's not. But is it something that you can think back on and be like, that was a fun time in my life? Yes. So will I ever get rid of those books? Probably not. But do I love them anymore? No. And I think one of the reasons why I like them so much is it was a time when reading was still just me reading. And I can't quite put my finger on it, but it was like a time when I was like just getting into booktube. And so it was like the big book and I was reading it when other people were also reading the big book. And so it just brings back nice memories, even though I would not consider it a favorite anymore. So yeah, that's one. I don't know what I learned from it. I guess not get involved in any competitions like that. So you'll never catch me on The Bachelor or Bachelorette. Bachelor's where the girls compete. Yeah, Bachelor. You'll never catch me on that. The next one is name a book you're currently talking to, i.e. have the hots for. Do I still have it next to me? The Thief by Megan Wallen Turner. This series is just catching me by surprise and I'm loving it so far. Maybe after this video is posted something has changed and you've heard me sing a different song about it, but as of right now, third book in, loving it. Also begins with O'Keefe by C.S. Merrill, but I feel like 2019 I should take a little break from talking about it, so pretend you didn't even hear me mention its name. But you should totally read it. Next is name a book that gone last. The book of you. The book that helps you love yourself. Oh, love yourself a bit more. Oh, oh, I get it. The book that gonna last. Is that in the song? I guess it is. Love yourself a little bit more. Yeah, that's a tough one. I remember when I read This Adventure Ends by Emma Mills, it got me really good. I don't remember why, because it's been so long since I've read it, but I just remember loving it when I read it. So we'll go with this one. Plus it just has a really, really aesthetically pleasing and beautiful cover. Next is tag someone. I tag you if you haven't done this yet. If I think of anyone, I'll leave them down below, but most likely I will have not, so just boop. You're tagged. So that's it for this video. Comment down below, let me know what is a book that you loved from when you were younger, if you were a reader when you were younger, and if not, maybe what was the book that got you into reading. Also comment down below, let me know what is a series that you loved at the time of reading it, but now you don't love it anymore, but it's still just, it holds a special place in your heart because of either the time you read it or just the way it made you feel when you read it. It's still is special to you, and it'll be in your little good old ticker for a long, long time. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see y'all again in another one soon.